Hey, what's going on, Round Guys family? Chef Phil, Taco Tuesday. We're doing it. This is awesome. Last week we had Eric Ciccone, which was super great. This week, as you can see, no split screen, so it's just me. But I'm out on the street, so you're going to hear cars going by, and we're going to be making lots of noise. I don't really care. We're going to make some tacos, though. I got a little bumblebee wheat, blood orange. I also got a little bit of blood orange seltzer. It's a blood orange kind of a day. We're doing Asian buffalo tacos. So the pub's actually doing a buffalo chicken taco. I did a little bit of a twist, and I did, instead of the Frank's Red Hot or a traditional hot sauce, I did an Asian or the rooster sauce or sriracha. So same exact recipe for making buffalo, though. It's just butter and hot sauce. So we showed you that earlier on how to do that. I actually took, as you heard me before, I made a little bit of crema from that hot sauce with some sour cream. Didn't change anything. I did a 3-to-1 ratio. So 3-to-1 ratio on that sour cream to the hot sauce. Just gives it a little bit of kick, a little bit of flavor. It gives us some nice cream in a sense. We just get a little bit more juice in the taco, which is great. So we're going to, quick little thing. Round Guys Radio, right, on Facebook. We got this whole thing that we got going on. It's facebook.com/Round Guys Radio. So something Mr. Bill started. We got some podcast stuff going on. We got a new one that we're doing. It's called Inside the Brewery. Currently, what we're going to be doing is talking about all the seltzers that we got going on here, because we got tons. We got dry hops. We got blood orange. We got mojito, watermelon, blood orange. I mean, it's just, we got great seltzers. We got great beers, which that's the thing. What we did with this is I actually made the chicken this week with this. So we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about what we got going on, right? So let's make tacos, people. So I did my chicken. Again, I made my buffalo sauce first. Now, when I did the chicken, I did thighs. Reason being is because I wanted the skin, I wanted the cartilage, I wanted all those extra little bit of pieces. Kind of going back to that carnitas recipe we talked, about a month or so ago. I wanted all that extra tissue and connective, fiber and everything to kind of give more taste, more flavor, gives more texture. It also gives more moisture because there's a lot of liquid in there. So that's kind of nice as well. So I wanted to do that where it really cooks down. It gives you to me, a much better flavor. Gives you a more textured, in-depth flavor. It's really great. So what I'm going to do is I'm basically just going to toss some of this up, heat it up, and then we're going to go ahead and plate a couple of these. But while we're doing that, let's talk about what we did. So oil in the pan. That's nice and hot. I did the pulled chicken after the fact. Oh, you hear that? I know. We got to do the hashtag smell-o-vision. You can hear what we're doing, but you can't really smell it, unfortunately. We got to get on that. Phil at roundguysbrewery.com. Go ahead, send me some stuff. Or info at roundguysbrewery.com. Hey, and while you're on roundguysbrewery.com, go ahead and do roundguysbrewery.com/articles. Check out all the recipes that we got. This one's up. All the past ones are up. So I went ahead and did those thighs, right? And again, because all that connective tissue, the skin, everything else, to me, it just adds a whole extra layer of flavor and texture to the taco. But here's the kick. It's also cheap. Thighs are usually the cheapest. That's a pretty good way to go. Now, when I did this, I literally just used the hot sauce that I made and bumblebee wheat, orange, blood orange, with a couple limes. So, I mean, if you saw that video, you saw me. I threw a couple of limes in. That was it. I didn't add extra flavors or spices. I just made the buffalo, threw the beer in it, threw some limes in it, let it roast. When it was done, I pulled it so that I can get all of the stuff out, all the bones. But as you just saw, I just pulled a piece of a little bit of that knuckle out, so I didn't catch all of them. But hey, that's what's great about doing this right now is I can actually see what I'm doing. I get a little bit of skin in there. Oh, I get some of the meat that's all close to the bone, a little bit of that cartilage, everything. And it adds a lot of texture and flavor, which is great. So, as I said, that's super easy, super simple recipe, because while I put mine in the oven, you could have done yours in a crock pot. And it's the same thing. So really what you're doing is we want to get all that connective tissue to break down. We want to be able to get all of those pieces to kind of come together and meld. See? We're outside. That's what happens. Hashtag Lansdale. It's noisy around here. We love it. All right, so I got a little bit of my meats down there. I'm going to go ahead and toast up some of these tortillas, which I already toasted, so I'm really just going to heat these up. But the thing that we're going to do with that is we're going to go ahead and plate one of these up and give them out to somebody. So now, while I'm going to do that, I'm also going to be telling you we got a lot of cool stuff going on. So we've been having Headway Art Collective on a lot lately with Eric Ciccone, which is super great. He's been doing a lot of stuff locally with things. we've been doing this to kind of keep everybody in touch with, like, hey, it's Tuesday and it's Taco Tuesday. This is what we do. But when we get that additional component where we can support even, you know, other people locally, not just us, it's great. And so it was really nice having him on a few times. Him and I actually might be talking about doing some other stuff. Oh, might want to check in on that. But the cool thing that we got going on, though, is having all these little things that we can do where we can come together, support local, have one another help each other out. Super great. I'm out here on the streets enjoying Lansdale because it's Lansdale. It's what we do. We make tacos, we drink great beer, and I don't know, have a good time, right? So hopefully you're at home watching, having a good time. If not, maybe you're on the patio watching, having a good time. Or maybe you should be on the patio out here with us having a good time. I don't know. I'm enjoying myself. You should too. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and set myself up. Now, the reason why I wanted to do that crema again was because I wanted a little bit more liquid. I just lost my my rags. That's all right. I'll get someone to give me some extra rags. So I wanted a little extra liquid. And the reason being is because I just want a slightly juicier taco. But for those of you who are watching the earlier videos, I had made mention of how we could have had more color when we were plating stuff up. So I like having this color, which is great, which actually, as I'm thinking about it, I'm going to switch it up. I'm going to go black. I'm going to do a black plate because I think that's really where I'm going to get some of that great red to pop with the green. So we're going to get a nice black, a nice opaque orange or something. It's like almost like a blood orange. Oh, it's a great color. But we're going to use those colors to make this taco look amazing because we want to, you know, we eat with our eyes, and it's super simple. As well as with that crema, something cool that we're going to be able to do is we can actually dress our plate instead of just dressing the taco, but we can do that as well, you know, because that's what it's all about. Let's have fun with stuff, right? We want to make sure the protein's nice and hot. So I'm going to get that hot again. Now I got my tortillas hot again. So those are toasted and heated up. Let's get that going. Now, as usual, I used my emulsion adapter on my handheld Cuisinart. And the reason being is because I want this to be able to pour, you know. We don't want it too thick where we can't do anything with it. But we also don't want it too runny where it's just basically going to be like all over your plate. I mean, we want our tacos to be juicy and messy, but we don't want to exactly make that much of a mess where we're not even getting to enjoy that taco. So, oh, look at this. Mr. Bill's bringing me rags. Thank you, sir. See this? It's great to have friends, people. Hopefully you got some friends that are taking care of you. If not, hey, check in on them because maybe they need someone to look after them. So if somebody's not checking in on you, you check in on them, right? Oh, okay, cool. So we got our color there, which is awesome. We got now, so this color, because of the hot sauce that I did with all the butter, it kind of really thins that color down, and with the chicken, of course. So the chicken kind of pulls that because that's white. So we don't get a great color off of the chicken. Oh, you know what? I need a little bit more. That's all right. A little more. So we're not getting tons of color off the chicken, but we do get pieces of like skin in there, which you can get a little bit more of like a brown or a caramelized color. Oh, look at that. Oh, yeah, you check that out. So we can get, I got a side camera here in case. Yeah, check Chef Phil on Facebook. You can go, I got a live feed running right now. It's doing a side view for you. So you're not catching everything, but you kind of, you know, maybe you get the fourth wall. So I can check in with me. I can check in with you. I can check in with everybody. We got a professional production going here. We got lights on. We're out on the streets. We're having tacos. We're enjoying Lansdale. That's what we do, right? All right. So again, I don't have a lot of color from all the meat and everything else. So what I think I'm going to do to make this look nice, to give it that little extra pop, is I'm going to put my lettuce down on top of my crema or my aioli. And the reason being is because now I got this base of like this light orange underneath, which should stick out a little bit in comparison to the actual flour shell. As well as we got something that's going to hold the chicken still for us, and it gives us a separation of color. So we got a little bit of that orangish. Now we got a little light green. We're going to put like a light orangish because it's the chicken that's got the hot sauce in it. But it's also got a little bit of that black from the caramelized skin as it cooked down. And that's another thing is, you know, doing all of that gives you that texture. It gives you those colors instead of just getting the tenderloin or the breast, which is just going to be that white meat that's going to kind of absorb all the other colors, and you're going to you know, diluted or muted a little bit. So this lets it stand out a little bit more, which is great. This is looking good. A little extra over on that side. Oh, we're going to have to take some pictures of this because this stuff is looking amazing. Oh, all right. So now, again, because I did it that way, now that means I can come in here with my feta on top, a little bit of that white. That's going to get the rest of these to pop. Throw a little bit of cilantro on top, and these things should look, I mean, they should look so amazing that you're not going to want to eat them, but you're still going to eat them because, you know, they're tacos, right? And we just throw a little bit of our crumbled feta on top, which, because I did the Asian, you know, the rooster sauce for the buffalo, I chose to do feta cheese instead of the blue cheese. And the reason being is the blue cheese is a little bit, to me, more on that bitey side, whereas feta to me is a little bit more on like that saltier side. And so then what we can do is it should hopefully play with that vinegar base of that Asian sauce more. So we're gonna find out what somebody thinks about these in a hot second. All right, we're gonna extra limes, and then we got to throw a little bit of the cilantro. Now the cilantro is color, but it's also flavor, which is great because then we get a couple of different greens out of all this. So we got a nice green base, white, a little bit of orange, and some, yeah. Oh, there it is. Super close, super extreme. Yeah, we're gonna get one for over here. We got to do that. We got to share it with everybody, right? So hey, again, Chef Phil on Facebook, facebook.com/roundguysradio. I mean, if you're not already there, you should be there. So if you're watching this now, like it, follow us, come back over to it, see us all the time. Cool. So we made that plate. We're gonna hand them out to somebody. I didn't get to get any live feedback. Maybe I do, but I don't know. I'm going to make some up for a couple more people. I'm also going to be enjoying some of this blood orange beer, my blood orange seltzer. So it's a great thing. Delicious. All right. So again, we have Inside the Brewery on Round Guys Radio. So we're starting to build some stuff. We got Tonal Shift, Stephen William Johnson, super amazing guy, doing some great interviews over there. Yeah, we're going to be doing more tacos, more recipes. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to make some more because, you know, we give these things out for free in case you guys didn't know that. If you want to come down and see us on the patio, get some beers, get some other tacos, try all the other food. And while you're here, we're going to throw you a little something. So, yeah, I'm going to make more tacos. You're going to check out more recipes at roundguysbrewery.com/articles. Go to Facebook.